Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast, episode 208, the final episode of Year 4. I just want to say that this has been such an amazing journey for us. It's so cool that we've gotten to this point, that we've been able to tell the story that we've been able to tell, and that you've been here with us along the way. We cannot appreciate it more. You guys are amazing, and thank you so much for supporting the show in all the ways you do. And a special thank you to our patrons at patreon.com/adventureinc. They make sure that this show keeps going, keeps being free for all of you, and lets us finish telling our story. We have 1 year left in this campaign, and I am so excited to dig into it and to see where it goes and to find out what happens. I can't wait. And I just want to give a special thanks to our patrons who make that possible. We try to provide as much value to them as we can, but truly they are supporting the show because they really like it, and they enjoy giving value back to us. So if you're in that same boat, then you can join the ranks of our patrons like Brendan, David, James, Crystal, and Phil, who really help to make this show what it is. We could not do it without them, all of them, and so we thank them so much. Also, don't forget that there is merchandise on our shop, adventureincpod.com/shop. Shirts, stickers, posters, all kinds of great stuff. You want to support the show another way, that's another great way you can do it, and get some really awesome swag out of it as well. Some gear, some loot, I don't know. Stuff. You can get stuff. We got stuff for you. We want to thank everybody who took part in Adventure March activities. That's always a blast for us. It's a great time for us to do extra stuff and give back to all of you. And if you didn't hear, we are affiliated on Twitch now. So the next time we do a live tavern night or just streaming something for fun and you swing by Twitch, let's say that you are a Amazon Prime subscriber and you link your account and you have that free subscription, just throw it our way. That's another way you can help support the show. All right, I think that's everything for this episode. I'm just so excited for you guys to hear what happens and for us to figure out what comes next. So enjoy. We love you, and you guys are great, and we will see you on the other side. Let's get started. Nobles and farmers, knights and wenches, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Keth, the fighter monk.
Like, usually when you bring people back from the dead in books, it turns out really bad.
That's just to sell more books.
Jebeddo, the rogue.
God, it's so good to see something positive happen. God, I'm so glad to be back home. Let's make sure we get Clug fixed up, then we'll have 2 under our belts. This is awesome.
Jennuvera, the sorcerer. Jennuvera, you are a powerful sorcerer capable of very strong magics.
Oh, this is the first time someone acknowledges how good I am at magic and convict me of a fucking crime? What the shit?
Gillik, the paladin warlock.
Can we find you, something else to tap into instead?
Yeah.
What, give him 4 levels of Warlock? Are you shitting me?
And Asher, the druid barbarian.
Asher, puts his hand on Jebeddo's shoulder. This is the most affectionate you've ever seen Asher.
Prepare yourselves, for this is the tale of Adventure Incorporated. After the demise of the cube, the back wall where the lights had been glowing, a door opens up along that back wall.
Wait, so the cube died as it splatters over the top of Gillik?
Yeah, so you're covered in cube juice.
Cube juice. Awesome.
The cube
Hell
juice.
Yeah.
So is Keth, by the way. Keth is also covered in cube juice.
Alright.
Cube juice.
Keth's even more grumpy.
Are you doing the Goof Troop theme
I am.
song? I was like, what is that? I know what this is. What is it? We'll always stick
Cube
together.
juice.
You will, in fact. The cube juice
Right.
is going to make sure you definitely stick together.
Right. Awesome.
All right.
Gillik's like really just like kind of grumpy now. He's like he's got like fucking slime in his shoes and he just in his boots and he's like kind of taking a couple extra sips from his flask. He's not comfortable. It's all up in his.
Now he's got to go to another party.
Exactly. He's not feeling fresh and clean.
Not so fresh, not so clean.
No, Gillik, you look great, man. Don't even
No one
worry
can
about
tell.
it. Let's go to this next party. Maybe it's already a goo party, and you're gonna be fitting in, and me and Jennuvera and Asher, we're gonna be the weirdos.
I know. It's just like you ever have one of those moments where you really wish you packed an extra pair of underpants.
No.
Wait, you didn't,
No,
Gillik?
It's from the ooze. It's got everywhere. I'm saturated.
Yeah, but we're on like a 3-week trip. You saw the map. You knew how far we were traveling.
I meant
and
on
you only
my
brought
person at this moment, not like with the extra stuff we left with Posey and Violet and Evan and stuff. Like you know what I mean.
Gillik. How many pairs of underwear did you bring on this trip?
I mean, like
Gillik?
a number.
Yep. Gebeddo walks a little bit further from Gillik and definitely upwind.
You guys head into the next twisting twisting hallway. And as you travel, you find this one is steeper yet. It seems to be a much higher grade to this particular pathway that leads up and away from this chamber. So everyone's going to have to give me athletic checks once again.
Oh my fucking god. 9.
23.
5.
Oh, let me go before Keth, just in case. 2.
15.
Okay.
Now I mix that in there. It doesn't seem as bad.
When you're last, it feels real bad.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gillik and Keth once again make their way up with no problem. Jennuvera and Asher, you two struggle, but Jebeddo, try as you might, you can't get a good foothold on this at all. And you are still stuck at the bottom. You have to try to figure out a different way. Climbing's not going to cut it.
Hey,
Jennuvera throws down her
works.
rope.
Okay, you can make another climb check, but if this does not succeed, you'll have to find another method.
Great. We do this again. 7.
Okay.
Nice. Good job. Nice. Jennuvera high fives Jebeddo as he gets
At the
up
top?
over the wall.
Yeah, as I he's heaving and he's like,
Yeah. Oh, that looked hard.
you know, that was really tough. That was like the hardest.
Nope.
Let's not.
Oh,
But
boy,
you
I'm
did
glad
it.
we're done. Let's get into this next party.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
We
Jebeddo
walk
walks
into the
in.
next room.
Nope. Jebeddo's still at the bottom of the wall.
Cass heads down and picks him up and brings him up.
Make a strength. So make a climb check at disadvantage.
You cool with this, Jebeddo?
I mean, I'm not going to do it myself, clearly.
Wait, a climb check at
Is it
disadvantage?
carrying Jebeddo?
Yeah, an athletics check at disadvantage.
If he uses the rope, can it be neutral? If Jebeddo uses the rope also. I've got 10 feet of string.
Oh, that changes everything.
An 11.
11. Yeah, you managed to get Jebeddo up over, but you can't. You slide back down. You're now at the bottom.
All right, I climb up.
Make a strength check. Make a athletics check for just you. We'll see what happens.
26.
Okay, you're all at the top.
Cool.
Hey, Kath, I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no worries. I'm usually better at climbing than that. It was weird. I feel like I have a monk ability that I usually don't use, and I couldn't figure it out in time.
That was awesome.
God damn it.
Yeah, I bet there's just a lot of stuff going on up in there, in your head. And so it makes sense that you weren't able to pull that out right away.
Yeah. It's just a lot of stuff knocking around. Sometimes it doesn't fall out at the right time.
Yeah.
I get it, man.
Jennuvera, give me and actually everyone give me an investigation check.
Well, I'm gonna give it you first.
Okay.
Give it you first.
17.
17. Damn it.
8.
Also 8.
Hell yeah, we're on the same page, bud.
25.
Okay. Well, it's fine because Keth and Gebeddo are busy climbing up and down the wall together. While that's happening, Jennuvera notices something along the ground that Keth and Gebeddo then join her in noticing when they are at the top. Etched into the floor of the of this right before the chamber ahead of you is a phrase. It says, "There is no good and evil. There is only truth. The worst truth is held above the greatest lie."
And there's no... This is like another room, and that's it?
That is what's etched into the floor just before a chamber.
There is no...
The chamber is dark, and you cannot see into it.
There's no good...
There is
Wait,
no good
can
and
I see
evil.
into
There
it?
is only
No.
truth.
Even though it's magical darkness.
It's whatever it is, you can't see in.
Holy fuck.
The only truth
There is no
what?
good and evil. There is only truth. The worst truth is held above the greatest lie.
Gebeddo lays down on the ground and says, I think everybody's just as smart as each other in this group.
Nothing happens.
In a game
Yeah,
where
he's waiting for someone to say something
intelligence is a
that is true on top of him.
That isn't true.
Nothing happens.
The
Damn
worst
it.
truth?
I thought that was the greatest lie,
wor-
but I guess not.
Yeah,
I
but
need to hear it
it's-
again or
yeah,
read it.
read it
or
again.
something.
Worst truth. Oh.
There is no good. Here, I'll put it in the. There is no good and evil.
There's only
There is
truth.
only
You have
truth.
not yet entered
worst
the
truth
room,
is-
also, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Oh, so my lie doesn't count yet because we weren't inside.
Worst truth is held above the greatest lie.
Nope. Yeah.
So, well, I mean, Jen
Yeah,
goes
Asher
into the
follows.
room.
Okay. The five of you enter the room, and your darkness goes black. And here's what we're going to do.
Darkness?
I'm going to talk... Sorry, your vision goes black.
No, my darkness!
Keth, you walk into the room. It is dark all around you. Jennuvera, Gebeddo, Gillik, Asher. In front of you, in the darkness, steps out a mendicant. This mendicant is glowing, a bright blue aura around them. They don't seem corporeal. The mendicant says, "You are one of 5 who has undertaken this trial.
Party.
You are on your way to the homeland. Once the trials have been undertaken,
Parties.
if one one who does not make it to the homeland can never leave. Only 4 may continue through this trial. Only 4 will make their way to the homeland. And you must make a choice. You must decide which of the 4 will continue on and which one will not. And the choice that you make, you must justify."
Oh no, I don't want that. Oh God. Oh boy.
Only 4 of you can make it to the homeland. And you must decide who stays behind and justify your choice.
Fuck. Can all of us leave?
No. Once you have undertaken the trials, none may leave unless they reach the homeland.
Damn. Can they hear me?
They cannot.
Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I feel like we might need to do some ley line bullshit again. So Asher's really important. Gillik and the whole Shadow Lord tie. I feel as though we need somebody who is close to that to try and resolve that. Jennuvera is just smart and better at this than us, so she should stay, or she should be able to leave. Oh my goodness. Wait, the fifth one? What happens to them?
They may never leave here.
Oh, they stay here.
They never make it to the homeland. They stay here.
In this room?
Yes.
This room sucks. What's in this room? Is there anything else other than you and me?
Only those who have been left behind before you.
All these parties suck.
Okay. I only have to justify the one I'm leaving behind, or I have to justify the four?
You may justify the one you leave behind.
So, I have to continue because I feel responsible for the Magic Man. Also, because if there are any more puzzles, then I sure as shit better be on the fucking team. You can put that in my year 5 quote, bitches. It's pinned in the Discord. Oh my god, okay. Holy shit.
It'll be me. Because my journey's complete, as much as it can be, without everyone else. I've freed a city. I've discovered universal truths, and I've experienced so much more than anyone in Sale could even imagine. I'll be able to join my dad, and we'll be able to talk about the things that I've learned. At least until it's time. And I've seen what happens. And I'm ready for it.
Will you regret that you never brought those things back to your people?
Of course.
Will you regret for the people that you leave behind?
To not be able to support them further? Of course. This is the right choice. And Jebeddo, he pulls the unseen blade out of its sheath, and he hands it toward the corporeal, or incorporeal mendicant, and says, they're going to need this. So, can you give it to them?
The magics on that blade mean that when I am done, it will find its way to them regardless.
I just would rather someone give it to them face to face.
If I could give you a moment with them, would you take it?
Yes.
I feel it important to reiterate that one who does not make it to the homeland may never leave.
What?
One who does not make it to the homeland may never leave, but only 4 can make it to the homeland.
May never leave this cave?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say something, and you're probably not going to accept it as an answer, but I'm going to say it anyway. We will leave behind the pendant Asher wears with 2 souls in it, and all 5 of us will continue because Keth and Asher's souls are tied together, so they only count as one person.
A soul link is important, and you are clever, but that will not do here.
Thanks. Oh, shit.
There are 5 of you. Soul links or no, there are 5 of you, and one may not leave.
My heart is beating so hard. One may not leave. Can you repeat your question slowly?
There are 5 of you. Only 4 can make their way to the homeland. You will decide who will stay. When they stay, they may not leave, and you must justify why you have chosen them.
What awaits us in the homeland?
The truth about the Mendicants, the secrets you have come here to seek.
Can you tell me anything about the magic man?
I cannot.
Is he here? Does he remain here?
I am this trial.
No, I know, but... Oh, so you mean in this room, like the person physically can't leave this room ever?
Correct.
This cave.
They will not make
This
it to the
one.
homeland.
Right, but then when we come back, we can get
They
them.
cannot leave the trial once they have come if they do not make it to the homeland.
Jennuvera flips her magic man coin.
No response.
How long do I get to make this choice?
As long as you need. The choice is the same no matter what. You choose one of the 5.
Asher sits and thinks for a minute. Only 4 of us can make it?
Yes, you must decide who amongst you staying hurts you the least.
Asher, he thinks for a bit, and he's kind of going through his mind. Me. I stay. The ley lines are closed.
You think you serve no purpose beyond the ley lines?
Never said that. You said who hurts...
But you think your purpose is... You serve less value now compared to the others.
I don't think I could sacrifice I don't think I could sacrifice anyone else, and the one thing I can do that no one else can do isn't needed anymore. So I guess that means I value myself less, but it's more that I value everyone else more. I think I'm valuable, I would never want to choose someone else to stay behind. I couldn't do that. Not to them. They came for me.
Gebeddo and I feel like he's tied to a god, and that could help the world quite a bit. I just got a bunch of spirits in my head and my bone. Fuck. If it was up to me, I would choose me to stay here forever, and hopefully the rest of them will be successful without me.
What of Dungalaris?
I feel as though I am not unique in my inability to destroy him. They know what he did. They know my hatred for him. And fixing the Ioran Church, I imagine, would be enough reason for them to go after this monster. But yeah, so I don't think that I need to be around to resolve that. They're my family, and they would be the people I would be losing. So I would rather save them than live on knowing that I condemned one of them.
Do you regret it?
Choosing me instead of them?
Do you regret? Do you regret that you will never face Gorm in this confrontation?
Fuck yeah. We've been working so hard, and this is not something that I want to miss, and I would do everything I could to help, but if out of the 5 of us, I think that I would not necessarily contribute any more than any of them. So at most, we'll be losing 1/5 of our strength. So hopefully we can get 80% Many Pennies. They can get the job done. Can we get like a vision screen where we can watch the world?
Is this a calculation of value to you? Does your life mean less than the lives of others to you?
I think right now our lives mean less than this world surviving, and I think that we do stand the best chance as a group to solve these huge immediate threats. So if we have to if I have to weigh like the value of each individual one of the 5 of us, then yeah, I think you have to kind of quantify it, and I'm less, at least not more valuable than any of them. So this is what I think would have to happen. Wow, we fucked ourselves coming in here, didn't we? Damn it.
So you're saying I have to choose one person to stay in the void?
And you may never, whoever you choose may never leave the void.
Yeah, that'd be me. I would never put any of my friends through that. I would never choose that. I'll take that hit.
Of the people that you travel with, you have an important task ahead of you. You have all agreed to this task. You all know the risks.
Yep.
And while there are still things that you would do, still things that you would see, still things that you must overcome and undertake, you would choose to deny all of that, to turn your back on it.
Yeah, responsibilities. Well, also, I mean, you're just before we get back to that, we're gonna put a tack in that for a second. You're a mendicant, right? Or at least you're taking the shape of a mendicant.
I am this trial.
Okay. Can I give you like an offering? Because I'm supposed to give an offering before I talk to a mendicant.
I do not require an offering.
Okay, I just want to throw that in there. It's like, I'm not, I'm savvy. I know what's going on, I think, sometimes. Anyway, so, yeah, I'd have to leave all my responsibilities behind, but those would be my personal responsibilities, and some of them very important, yes, but my friends also are aware of, I think, most of, if not all of my responsibilities. And I would hope they would have it in their hearts to carry on without me if I were not to join them. They would take care of their stuff, but hopefully, as, my friends and my family, they would, take it on, because that's what I would do. But I just don't have it in my heart to know that I'd just be sitting in essentially this, or something like it for, until I die, or eternity, whichever comes first. That's really funny. Whichever comes first, this or eternity. so dumb. Like, what am I saying? So yeah, I couldn't live out in the world knowing that, any one of the Many Pennies was just sitting in this place doing nothing, and that I could be there instead.
Okay, so I previously wasn't considering the words on the outside of the door. So this is stupid and I hate it. I will stay. Because I trust my companions to figure it out and do the right thing, and then also come save me.
Jennuvera, you do not understand this. There are things in the world that you understand better than many, better than most. You are clever.
Yes, thank you.
You are smart. But you do not understand yourself.
Is that the lie?
It is a lie that you think that you should be the one to stay here. It is a lie that if right now I take your word and you are to die, that you think that is what is best for this world.
Yeah, but...
This is not a trick. It is not a game. It is not designed. It is a question of your truth.
So you're not accepting my answers, what you are saying right now?
I will accept it. But I know what it is.
The worst truth is held above the greatest lie.
If that is what you say, I will accept it.
I am going to say, oh God, I literally feel like I'm losing some sort of game, like I'm getting it wrong, but I think what is clearest and best for our team right now is for Gillik to stay. He has a lot to think about. He has a lot to sort through in his personal quest for figuring himself out, and maybe time here with you can help lead him towards his own homeland, his own truth, his own something. Plus, none of us will ever leave Gillik behind. So, knowing that he's alive and knowing that he's here, there isn't anything we won't do to get him back.
The five of you appear on the other side of the darkened room. You're in a short stone hallway leading out to bright sunlight streaming in from outside.
The unseen blade is still in Jebeddo's hands, out held. And he looks at everyone and he's like, I think this is it for me.
It's too bright. Put me in something.
What do you mean this is it for you? This is it for me.
A mendicant steps down into the entranceway of the caves, and he says, "You five will follow me."
Wait.
All of us?
Did we all get asked the same question?
You five will follow me.
Coming.
He turns and walks out of the cavern. The mouth of the cavern.
Jennuvera grabs Gillik's hand.
Gillik holds Jennuvera's hand tight.
As you step up out of the mouth of the cave, you are on the side of the banks of a mountain, looking down at a village nestled here in sort of between a few peaks. And this village, Asher, is the village that you saw in the vision.
This is the one. We found it, I guess.
This is the homeland. And the mendicant turns
we made it.
in front of you. He says, "You have passed 4 trials to be to this point. 1, the test. 2 was a trial of the body, your physical connection to the material plane. 1 was a trial of the mind. 1 was a trial of the spirit. And now you face the trial of yourself. These 5 trials, they are meant to prove your worthiness to be among us, but they are also meant for you to evaluate yourself, to think on who you are. The trial of self is simple. You came into this place knowing what was ahead of you, and not knowing. You knew that you would face 5 things, and you faced great danger to have the right to face those things. The power that you maintained within yourself, the power that you held to protect yourself, to protect others down the line, the power you reserved. That is the trial of self. You must know that when you faced something dangerous and you had opportunity, what you hold is the opportunity you didn't take. What you hold is what you did not do. It is your preservation. It is important to know that for those of us who walk this path, we have given our future. We have given our preservation. We see the world in the now. The challenge before you requires the most effort, not the challenge yet to come. You will do the challenge yet to come with the resources you have when it is to come. The challenge of self is not a difficult challenge, and in ways it is the most difficult challenge, because you must evaluate what it means to you to carry a burden when others carry pain. When you have the ability to stop something and you choose not to. What is the greater good in that situation? Each of these trials is meant to reveal to you something about you. And the results of these trials are not important to anyone but you. You five have succeeded, and you stand now at the edge of the homeland of the Mendicants. He sits down. Before we go in, if there are things that you would ask about my people, you may ask them. Know this: if you choose to join us, you may stay as long as you like. If you do not choose to join us, you are welcome here for a short time, a rest, and then you must go. But you will always be welcome to return and don the mask.
Mendicant, why do you do this?
The Mendicants were created a long, long, long time ago. We were created by Old Wild Eye himself. He is the first of the Mendicants to walk this world. He brought others. Those others wore the mask and gave up their identity. We all give our identity to Wild Eye, so that when he walks the world, he is one of us, and we are of him, and no one can be sure who they are, if they are speaking to the god or not. When you speak to a mendicant, you speak to all of us, and any of us, and each of us. We give up who we are. We give up what we will become, what we have been. We give it all away so that we can be one of many.
Cool.
Why do you sell things then? Why isn't... It's like...
Mendicants gotta make money too.
If they're all a god, I mean, it seems like money is relevant at that point.
We find things, and we get them where they need to be.
For the right price.
Yeah. And also, like, again, you never know. The idea is that you never know if it's really a god or not. So maybe those times you run into him and he's got stuff, maybe it's not a normal mendicant. Maybe it's the god helping you and you just don't know.
Huh.
Everything still must come with a struggle. For the people of this world, money represents that struggle. You must earn what the gifts that we give.
So, and Asher pulls out the Brilliant's cards of casting. I was meant to have this?
Yes.
Okay. Is that... Okay, so I used these not too long ago, and I said, "Hey, Brilliant, if I get literally the exact thing I want, I will believe in you." And then he gave it to me. Help with that question.
Right, so
Why
you
do
could be
you have a
talking to
question?
Berillion right now.
I don't understand why you have a question.
I guess I don't either. Asher's head is on fire.
Oh God, put it out.
I'm sorry, I'm wild shaped. I don't.
Do we know Old Wild Eye by any other name?
Brilliant.
Verillion.
Cool.
Tight.
Joymaker,
Tight,
Fey
tight, tight,
Lord.
tight.
I only know this because recently somebody asked about all the gods in our world, and I had to like hunt down the world god.
I was Googling in the World Guide and couldn't
So-
find that answer.
I guess then my another question is if Verillion is the Fey Lord, and he made the Fey go away, and the Sylvan are of the Fey. I don't know if I have a question. I think I'm just piecing things together. Are you all Fey? Are you all Sylvan?
Verillion's connection to the Fae is one of legend, not one concrete. Of all of the Celestials, he had the greatest connection
Okay.
to the Fae. He bridged the gap between our people. But he is not of the Fae himself.
That makes sense.
These are the secrets of our order. The secrets of Verillion are those that we have sworn to protect, sworn to uphold. These are the stories passed through our organization, passed through our family, passed through our mind.
Do y'all live like regular lives? Like lifespans?
We do.
Okay. So it's not like a kind of I become a mendicant, live forever kind of situation?
No. It is why we offer our invitation to those we see the future in, see the path within. You were offered this invitation because a mendicant believed that this was your path. Now, they are not always right.
Word.
They are not always right now. Many people undertake the trials. Many people choose to return. If you choose to don the mask now, you must give of yourself. You will no longer be you. You give more than your name. You give more than your face. You give your identity. That is why the trial is about knowing yourself. To know if you are ready. To know if this is the path for you. And if it is, we will accept you with open arms. And if it is not, we will understand, but the door will be open.
So just, if we, I know flat out right now I'm not ready.
Yeah, same.
But there's something here that I need. Is that path open to me if I say no?
All, you have passed the trials. You are welcome here. And you are welcome to our secrets, to our knowledge, and to our resources for a time. Then you will be welcome again. If there is something that we can do for you, if this is but a way station for you, then that is what is meant to be as well.
So yeah, that's me.
What do you seek?
The magic man.
I do not know what that is.
An angel of Salius. He's trapped somewhere, and when we tried to find him, it was straight up above. We need a way to get to a different plane, like straight above here.
The rest of you, would you take this charge? Would you don the mask? Or is this too a way station for you?
This is part of the journey for me. Trying to find the magic man.
Me too. Yeah, just looking for the magic man, and it's supposed to be around here somewhere. But thank you.
Yeah, way station for me too. But just throwing this out there, I can see myself, depending on things how things end up in my life, I can see myself ended up here at some point, maybe like far off in the future. Maybe.
Yeah, I got things to do and promises to keep, but I think I'll be back later after those are all done. Maybe not. I don't know.
This path is open to you. It is yours by right. You have earned it. But for now, we will do for you what we can.
Some conditions apply.
Go. Rest. Rest. And I will seek a way to help you.
Thank you.
And he leads you down into the village. The village, Gebeddo, to your point, is just a village. You see mendicants farming. You see them weaving and blacksmithing and doing things for one another in this small village in the mountains.
I'm getting deja vu to Zombie Town now. Like, this is going to be way different. Nah, they're just farming, I guess.
Yeah.
Deja vu to Zombie Town, an album by Rob Mulligan.
This is, by all accounts, just a village in the mountains of mendicants.
Hey, everybody, what was the question you were asked?
Gillik, I have to talk to you.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, let's go find a spot.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I know.
And Gillik casts Compelled Duel and hangs out.
What a creative
Okay.
use.
That spell ends when one of you's knocked unconscious.
Gillik can drop it.
Concentration?
So Gillik drinks enough tequila to pass out.
Yeah. Jennuvera, now choke me. What?
Okay.
Depending on how this conversation goes, he might.
So,
Well, I can also end it at will, right? Like, it's just my spell.
I can't remember if we let you do that in the past or not. I guess we'll let that happen. That's fine. I think you did because you ended it with
ended
Shadow.
in the other dimension when we were the bears.
The Bears!
The bears.
Yeah, you ended it with Farah also when you had it when you were locked on with Farah. So
What do you do with Farah?
I just compelled her into dueling with me.
So suddenly, Jennuvera, Gillik, you two are in the ethereal plane, just a half step out of sync with the material plane in that thin bubble that protects you from the astral plane. Everything
Jennuvera
around you
looks
is
around
gray.
for the magic man.
Nothing.
What the? Are they fighting?
There's just a hazy fuzz for you guys of where Jennuvera and Gillik are standing.
Yeah, so you said you wanted to talk. So this should be pretty private. Like, this is a little pocket dimension.
I appreciate that.
Sometimes my safe space.
So, I love you, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I love you too.
Like
right?
more than anything, like probably more than anyone else on our whole team. Not Clyde, not like in the way I love Clyde. It's not like that. This isn't that kind of cut. Anyway, I don't know.
I know. I'm listening. Keep going.
I don't know.
Everything's we're cool.
I don't know what the mendicant asked you in there. But I tried to give him a couple. He asked me if 4 of us had to continue and we had to leave one behind, who would we leave behind? And I tried a couple different things, and he wouldn't accept any of my answers. Like, I thought they were pretty good, but he wouldn't take them.
Okay.
And then I said you, because this is why. I think, first of all, there's nothing that the 4 of us wouldn't do to get you back. If we know that you are somewhere, there's no way we would ever leave you in a cave on the mountain. But I am worried about you.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that.
And I thought maybe if the deal was that you were hanging out there with a mendicant who, has so much life experience and travels and all of these things, that maybe just sitting and talking to someone like that might help. Like, I think
I like having someone designated to talk to help you figure stuff out.
Yeah,
that seems reasonable.
And I want you to know, first of all, how glad I am that you're not stuck in a mountain cave, and I was really worried, and I have been freaking out about it. But
yeah, me too. No, that's cool.
I want you to know that you can talk to me if you need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty worried at how dark you seem to be getting, and how tightly you are holding on to all of the darkness around you and inside of you. And
and Gillik kind of rubs the back of his head, and just shadow seems to kind of come out from around him a little bit. It's kind of like he's relaxed. He's being a little bit more. So you shared with him. He shared a little bit more. He's getting a little more shadowy than usual. His eyes are a little bit more glowy.
Yeah, that frightens me, because I know that this shadow pouring out of your head.
Oh no, it's happening. Gosh, nuts! You weren't supposed to see that.
I'm glad I did. Sorry. And you don't have to hide it. And if you feel like it's something that you have to...
It's scaring you. You're telling me it's scaring me. And
yes.
You tell me I can't have to hide it. I don't have to hide it, but I do, because otherwise you're going to get scared. How am I supposed to deal with that?
But if you feel like it's something you have to hide and you can't be honest with your 4 best friends in the whole wide world about, there has to be something about it that is dangerous.
Yeah, of course I know it's dangerous. Just like adventuring is dangerous. But we still like it. We still do it. We still go out on adventures and risk ourselves.
What is this darkness giving you?
That's a long answer.
One of us has to pass out before we can leave this bubble. So.
Well, you know how my magic works now?
I read a book.
We all said ourselves, right? That's what I said. Did anyone else? Keth? Jebeddo?
Wait. So you were asked who you would sacrifice?
Who would you leave behind?
And you picked yourself?
Yeah, and I said... Yeah.
Even though you're tied inexplicably to Keth? Or inextricably
No,
to
I'd
Keth?
be left behind. I'd be left behind. I wouldn't die. They said I'd be left behind.
Oh, yeah.
Did they say that you would be killed? Did they say someone would...
They said... I think the exact phrase was, 4 of you will continue on, and 1 of you will never leave here.
Right. So I figured I'd stay in the mountains and, hang out with the mendicants. I didn't think it was a death.
I took that as continue on into the town, or your whole journey ends here. In a big way.
So what did...
Jesus, we got lucky.
What did you say?
Fucking me.
Yeah, of course. What did you say?
Wait, what do you mean, of course?
Because
now that everyone's
yourself.
dying, of course, Jebeddo goes?
No, you would absolutely... If you thought you had to choose someone to die, I think I wouldn't put it past you to say, no, fuck that. Me.
Right.
That's
well,
kind of was the same justification I gave. Except I didn't think I was gonna die. I thought I was just gonna have like chill mountain parties with a bunch of mendicants.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like it was some tough questions you had.
What did you get?
Mine was more of a fuck, marry, kill situation.
Oh, perfect.
Share those answers.
I think we know what your quote is going to be.
You're in a fucking pocket dimension. You don't get to find
Steph,
out.
the player wants those answers.
That's right.
Yeah, what are the
Yeah,
answers?
what'd you say?
That's
What'd you fuck? Who'd you marry? Who'd you kill?
I mean, obviously, fuck Gillik,
Yeah.
marry Jennuvera, and kill Asher.
No,
If you
same answers. Same
if you
answers.
kill Asher, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, that's the self-sacrifice.
God.
Boom, pass this test of self. That's why I'm still here.
Jebeddo goes to the. Jebeddo finds a fucking mendicant tavern and gets mendicant wasted.
Oh my god.
God.
God. Keth, you're so dumb, but I agree with you. Jebeddo, where are you going?
So, Jennuvera Gillik, we'll go back to you.
Okay.
Gillik found a piece of bread in his.
Fuck, marry, kill.
He's feeling anxious because Jennuvera said things that, while are from the heart and completely valid, still made him a little nervous. Not, I don't know. He's processing it, and because of that, he's eating.
Okay.
he's just like
mid-conversation in this pocket dimension, he's just like busting out like food.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's eating the snacks. Gillik's, slowed down on the yoga, started eating a lot more again. And it's just, he's having a tough time.
God,
Anyway.
story of my fucking life.
Right? It's, yeah, same. It's just up and down. It's a whole life process. So, fuck, I can't remember where we were. We were in such a good spot.
You were
Damn
gonna
it.
tell
I'm
me
sorry, my mic blew. What was it?
You're gonna tell me what the darkness gives you.
Oh, yeah. Well... Well, it gives me something different to study, I guess. I was kind of forced to study a lot of the Divine Court stuff and all that. And I mean, I like it. I like studying the Divine Court. But then after, the whole Viltroth Dream thing and the Shadow Lord and the, I started studying the Warlock stuff, and I thought it was really interesting, and it was very different, but had its similarities, because Arcane and Divine, is different, different power sources, and so it's kind of like, oh, okay, it works similarly, like I pray to this god, and I get spells, and with the Shadow Lord, it's like I make a deal, and I get these spells and abilities.
What deal did you make?
Well, that's kind of the thing. It's not like there was ever any verbal anything. It was more like the Shadow Lord touched my mind, and thoughts, images, emotions got transferred between the two of us, or whatever I could process of, a god or whatever, was coming through, and I could just start doing stuff.
What do you think would happen if you found another? From what I've read about warlocks, is you can choose your patron?
Yeah.
What would happen if you chose a different, maybe less world-destroying patron?
I mean, all of the warlocky patrons, I shouldn't say all of them, but the warlock patrons tend to be on the world-destroying end of things. Usually they're the less friendlier types of otherworldly creatures and beings.
Okay.
And here's the thing. We need someone who knows what they're doing with Shadow. Who else do you know who knows as much about Shadow?
No, the only other person was Viltroth, but...
Somebody needs to know this stuff. We can't be ignorant about it. And, sometimes you gotta be you must become your enemy to beat your enemy. You know what I mean?
So that's what I worry about. And this is, from me, like, I have learned everything I've learned from books, from reading about them. And this is really, with you guys, is the first time I've actually, like, done anything. And I've learned so much more by doing it, but, like, can't we learn about Shadow from books? Like, doesn't that feel safer to you?
Yes. But books are definitely safer. But Shadow is subtle. And sometimes even just reading about the Shadow Lord can be its window into you.
Really?
Shadow. It's, think about everything you know about how shadows work and shadow magic works.
Are you worried about...
Yeah, as you say, are you worried? Gillik's just like stuffing his face full of food, like just like listening. He's like clearly worried.
Clearly, I'm worried. Yeah.
Right, and he's waiting for you to finish politely.
I guess just what? How do we know that? I guess I have two questions. One,
Okay.
how do we know that everything we do is not being channeled directly to the Shadow Lord through your mind? And two, how do we, when you say you have to become evil to know evil, how do we know that we're still safe with you?
Sure. So let me address both of those questions. I'm going to address the second one first because it's what's fresh in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I said you must become your enemy, not you must become evil.
You're right.
Those are, in my mind, two different things. And
our enemies just feel pretty evil to me.
Right.
That's maybe where
And
I flipped.
Yep. Enemies tend to be evil, but you can study your enemies' techniques without being evil. Like, they're evil wizards who know fireballs. Does that make your fireballs evil?
Sometimes. Yes. But I understand your...
No, you're absolutely right. That was a poor example. I'm sorry. That's just fireball.
I still feel really bad about all those people.
No. But, I mean, I think my point came across, though.
Yes, yeah.
And then the other one, what was the other question?
How do we know we're safe?
And how do you know that? Well, so
and then
when
how do we know we're not channeling to the Shadow Lord?
So you're a sorcerer. Your magic comes from your innateness, from your genetics, essentially. Or
Do we know what genetics are in Numerata?
I'm fine. You're fine.
I know that
Great.
my dad put some blood in me, and that's where it came from.
All right, great.
But basically your ancestry lets you access the weave, right? So that's your god, is the weave of magic, right? Does the weave exist in Numerata?
Not explicitly, but not exist, I guess.
It makes
Okay.
sense in context, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like all the magic ley lines combined into fucking the weave or something. I don't know. Whatever. Making it up as we go. Fuck it.
The way I can do arcane stuff is powered through another entity, just like other divine casters, and my other abilities are powered through the regular divine court gods. So that's I guess that's what I'm coming across. That's what I'm saying. So I guess that means is when you're attached to a god or an otherworldly being, they're probably watching through your eyes, if not all the time, at least some of the time.
Does that not worry you that everything we're doing to try and save the world, like, the Shadow Lord is already 3 steps ahead of us?
Again, when you say worry, Gillik's just like eating more.
And I'm like yeah, I'm worried. Of course I am, but it's like we can't be ignorant to this stuff. Like, we just can't. It's like, maybe I'm a double agent or a sleeper or something, am I trying to outsmart a god? Is he probably going to be ahead of me? Yeah, maybe, but...
if you say that he's looking through you, then...
I don't know that he is. I just don't want to say that he isn't.
Will you do me a favor?
Certainly.
While we're with the Mendicants, who seem to have a pretty decent handle on things godly.
Yep.
Will you try and talk to them for a way that you can shield yourself and us from the Shadow Lord?
Oh, you mean like create some kind of barrier or like
Yes.
some kind of warning signal
Yes.
or something that if he's near India. That's a good idea. I'm okay with this. I like
And
that.
something that makes it so that he can't see through you
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this.
Okay. Gillik, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm
And
sorry.
just so you know, I picked me too. So, we're good.
Okay.
And Gillik ends the
Jennuvera hugs Gillik as the
yeah.
thing ends.
We're all gone.
Yeah.
I think we all went.
Yeah,
to
they're like having
Where did they
sandwiches
go?
somewhere.
So
I don't know. Maybe they went to go get food. Let's go.
Okay.
you guys spend a long rest here at the Mendicant village. So you can go ahead and you've long rested.
Yay.
Finally.
Spells and max hit points.
And before long, a Mendicant comes to gather you. He says, "You, Jennuvera, asked of us a passage, a way through. We can provide that, if you are prepared."
We have one more thing to ask you first, and then she looks at Gillik.
Oh yeah.
Gillik puts away his flask.
And says, I'm a warlock, and I'm also a paladin. I don't know. I feel like, but I can't say paladin and warlock. I need another name for this, and I don't know what to do. But that's another problem. But the warlock part of me is powered by the Shadow Lord. So, is there like a way or a spell or like a chant or a ritual or something that you guys know that might help block the Shadow Lord from looking through me or something? Just out of curiosity.
May I touch you?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Hey,
What's up?
I like that question.
He steps forward and he lays a hand on your shoulder.
Consent, bro.
It's
He
important.
says, "What oath did you swear when you became a paladin?"
Protection.
There is an old oath, an ancient oath, one long, long forgotten, one that yearns to be remembered, one that calls to sing again. The oath of balance, the one who strides the line, the one who knows the tools of the enemy so that they may use them against their foe.
Gillik's just like staring off into space, just kind of like, he's just looking off, and he's just like just kind of like. It looks like he's thinking about what he just heard, but he's also got kind of a glazed look going on, like kind of like maybe he just had too many donuts or something.
The oath. I think it calls for one to hold it again. Someone has given themselves to shield you. The link that you have to the Shadow Lord, it is there, and it will always be there. No matter what you do, no matter what you try to undo, you are tied too closely now. But someone has tried to step in the way. Someone has given their being to shield you.
Okay.
I sense that they have given themselves completely to Shadow to do this.
Okay. What? I don't understand.
It's Viltroth, Gillik.
Oh.
So he's still protected by Viltroth, even though
Some of that protection remains, yes.
Do you know how much of Gillik the Shadow Lord can still see?
The Shadow Lord can feel that Gillik lives. And he can draw on... He fights the barriers that block him. But he cannot take Gillik's will yet. He cannot see through your eyes or hear through your ears or know where you are. But he is trying. He wears on the barriers, but they are still in place.
Is there something that you have that might signal when those barriers have been broken, or something that you have to bolster those barriers?
We cannot bolster the barriers without giving ourselves to Shadow. And that cannot happen.
Right, we understand.
I do not think that I could signify that the barrier was broken, except to say that when the barrier is broken, I suspect you will know. Seek out the Oath of Balance.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Well, how do I do that? Where do I go? Point me in the direction.
It is in the world, and it yearns to be remembered.
Okay. Thank you. I'll figure it out.
Hey, Mendicant?
Yes.
It's real... we don't see y'all often enough. Is there a way we can, like, get in touch with you or find you more easily? Do you have, like, a route that we're just not picking up on the pattern?
You, as with all, have seen us when you have needed to.
Well, what about when we want to?
You will see us when you need us. And when we are supposed to meet, we will. If being here, now, is not proof of that, I don't know what would be. Come. He turns and he walks toward a large building on the edge of town. No one seems to be going in and out of that building, but as he pushes open the doors, you see the inside is a temple of Virillion. He takes you to the back of the room with there's a large blank wall there.
Gillik makes like an offering or something, like whatever the standard Virillion offering is. I think it's like a coin.
Yeah, a coin.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, maybe he does like a little trick with it, or like does like something with prestidigitation and then puts a coin in the slot or something.
Asher, seeing that Gillik does that, he's like, "Is that what I'm supposed to do now? Is that?"
Yeah, dude. Here,
Yeah.
and Gebetto flips him a coin.
Oh, I mean, I had a coin.
It was a minor illusion coin. It disappears when it hits your hand.
Oh.
Prank you.
Offered him a trick.
Yep.
Well,
Gebetto like points
Shit.
up at the like ceiling, and then like yeah, exactly, like a baseball baseball guy, you know.
well, I guess I'll learn. And he pulls out a real coin, and he puts it down.
It bursts into flames. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa!
Keth
I'm
does the
sorry.
Is there anything else before you continue your journey?
God, you know, it feels like not the right time to ask this, but we could really use some potions of healing.
Yeah.
If we can buy
And,
some
like-
of those and just like general supplies.
And like something like. Yeah.
Those who walk the world carry with them the things that most adventurers find important. But potions we can do.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where that
Yeah,
was
no,
going.
me neither. For a minute there, I was like, fucking, we find a whole town full of mendicants and we still can't buy what we need.
No, if you want to
know
buy
what I
some,
mean?
Find a whole town.
so
It's
you
like
can
when
buy. He'll trade you potions for their price. So
When all you need's a post office, you know what I mean?
sorry. So he'll trade you potions at your price. So go ahead and
at my price.
at his
$3.
at the value of a potion.
$3.
3, but it
Real
turns out you have no
dollars.
dollars. You only have gold.
3 real money dollars that I'm Venmoing
3
you
monies, please.
for all of the potions.
Cool.
Quick, everyone on Patreon, subscribe to the higher tier that you were at before, so that the Many Pennies can survive.
Yeah, you buy some potions. I'll let you. That's fine. We'll just shortcut that. Just buy potions.
Okay.
Whatever.
Nice.
Are you now prepared?
Jennuvera
Sure.
grabs
I mean-
Gillik's hand.
Gillik holds Jennuvera's hand.
Keth grabs Gillik's hand.
Gillik squeezes Keth's hand. He's like, kind of like, oh, you know what? This is nice.
Jennuvera holds out her other hand.
Gebetto grabs on.
Asher grabs. Gebetto's
Yeah, he
hand.
does.
The circle's closed. Fuck.
No, I didn't grab Keth's hand.
No,
You
no.
don't
I
know?
mean, you go to grab a hand, but everyone's already holding hands with somebody.
Oh, damn it! I grabbed like the hand. I'm like a weird little vestigial.
No
like,
way. No way. When Asher grabs Gebetto's hand, he does that thing with his
Ew.
pointer finger on the inside of,
Oh,
Asher's
no.
palm.
It's the worst.
Asher doesn't notice his hands are too callous.
So much furious masturbating.
Oh,
Ew.
so
Okay,
fucking
we're ready
sick
now.
burn.
The
We're
mendicant,
ready.
The mendicant places his hand on the wall, and he says, "Good luck, Many Pennies, inasmuch as I can give it." And he fades away as a glowing golden light shimmers from the wall, exposing a symbol, not unlike a ley line.
Where are we going?
Crazy.
Gonna
wanna
go
come?
save the magic man.
All right. Asher, with his free hand, puts it on the wall.
It's
Wait, what's the other hand
Oh, I
doing?
it
think we
pushes
just-
through.
I was holding Gebetto's hand.
I think we just.
Is everyone paying attention?
I think we just walk.
Yeah, it's like a shimmering portal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
The 5 of you
Holding hands of friendship.
The 5 of you pass through the portal, and on the other side you stand on a large cliff overlooking a shimmering lake. And in the sky, a golden orb beats down in a clear sky. Behind you on this cliff, there is a large wooden building. Looks like a great hall. And you hear voices singing and chanting inside of it. Around that, down the cliff face, it leads to sprawling green fields. Beautiful, for as far as you can see until a mountain range lifts up out of the earth. Nothing else in this space, just this great hall here on this cliffside.
This hall's pretty great.
This is a good hall.
That's fine.
No, it's a great hall.
Wait, what'd you
Keth
get?
puts on his.
Like in your hall.
H-A-U-L.
What did I get in my
H-A-U-L, not H-A-L-L. Get it?
Pretty great hall.
Anthony got it. Thank you.
Keth puts on his helm of hearing to listen closer to the chanting and voices.
Keth, where do you think we should go?
Make a perception check, Keth.
At disadvantage because he's now dead. Thanks, Asher.
Wow, when you're definitely at a disadvantage on hearing checks? That's
Well,
awesome.
with a helm of hearing.
Only dis-
Oh, okay.
Perception is pretty good. 13.
at disadvantage.
No.
Yeah, you can't hear too much more than just the chants coming from there, but it sounds like people are having a good time in the hall.
Hey, there might be an actual fucking party that way. Maybe we should head that way.
And Gebetto takes off.
Wait,
An orb of light begins to glow in the air in front of the building, and Gebetto, as you approach, that orb of light grows. It gets more intense, it gets stronger, and then it beams down onto the ground, shooting this light at the ground.
Gebetto stops right in front of the light.
In its place, a scroll unfurls, it wraps, it spins, it creates like a cocoon, and then from that, a bunch of scrolls burst out, and the scrolls fall away. and a blue-skinned angel of Salius stands in front of you.
Hello.
Huh? We've seen you before.
Gillik pulls out one of his little notebooks and writes something down, whispers in it, and then puts it away.
When I spoke to you before, I told you that you should not stand in our way. And yet here you are, encroaching on our land. What is your purpose here?
We've come to save the magic man.
My brother is none of your concern.
Yes, he is.
He has broken the pact. He has endangered us all.
He has not. He did nothing outside of the strict rules and regulations. Maybe he bent them a little bit, but his...
He came to you. He warned you of our arrival. He interfered. He meddled. He is trying to work against the purpose of the pact.
He's not. He's just trying to do what he knows best to save the world.
That is against the purpose of the pact.
So, what? You're fine with Herrick's rising up and destroying everything, including you all, probably?
He says nothing.
Is that a yes?
The mistress's brother has slept too long as it is. The Fae put him under. It was not our choice that one of ours be taken by one of theirs.
Can we
and now
just...
they walk the world again? And now they are here again? And the shadow as well? The war times are coming, and our brother cannot sleep under the earth while the war is here. He deserves to be free. He deserves to come back.
I think there is a difference between your brother, the god, waking up and coming back, and your brother, the corrupted god, destroying everything in this universe. Listen, here's the thing. Here are the facts. We are working on a cure for this corruption. We understand that it exists. We understand somewhat where it's coming from, and we are trying to fix it. We are totally cool with letting Herrick wake up from his nap if he is not corrupted by shadow. That is our main goal, and that is our, that's the, right, guys?
Asher blinks.
Yeah, I mean, don't yell at me.
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to yell at you. I'm just very emotional right now
and
nervous.
The Fae back, and they are corrupted by shadow.
We're working on it.
So, we will wake the mistress's brother, and he can be in the world as they are. If they are okay to be in the world corrupted by shadow, so too should he.
So we're not totally cool with that. Also, we
also
kept
don't
out
really
the
care what
corrupted
you are
Fae.
cool with.
We shut out the corrupted Fae and locked them in their own...
The Fae you
Planes.
accepted to your world are touched by shadow as well.
They are maybe touched by shadow, but heck, so am I. So is Gillik. We've all got a little shadow in us. But we are not actively corrupted fully by that. We are fighting everything in this world that is corrupted, not touched. And Herrick is a corrupted god.
The brother was touched and he was put to slumber. He is no different than them or than you, and we would wake him
Listen,
again.
can I just talk to the magic man, please?
You may not. He is not your concern.
Jennuvera flips the coin.
You feel a scream in your mind.
Oh, no. I'm coming. I promise. We're here. I just need...
You are here,
you.
and you must leave.
No, that's not going to happen, though.
Then we will call the hosts of the celestial realm against you if we must.
So, what harm comes from us getting to talk to the magic man right now? You've already chained him up. You've locked him up. You're clearly hurting him.
The Herald of Caliesto demands an audience with Salius. Gebeddo steps forward.
Nice one.
Make a charisma check.
Good job.
I don't have that.
Actually, you know what? Roll a D100.
Oh shit, that's way worse. 12.
That might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're too small for them to murder you.
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah.
Anthony has left the microphone.
Anthony has left the building. He's
Right.
gone out for smokes. He said he'd be right back.
Oh, what he did? Damn it!
Yeah, he said he was just getting milk, Josh. He said
He'll be back.
don't worry about it. I'm definitely coming back. No need to call my phone. Definitely not for the next 3 weeks. I don't know.
Right.
I think he's going to come back, you guys.
Right. And he's also going to make sure to call you on your birthday, not the day after your birthday.
Yeah. I have no doubt that he's not going to come back into town with his new wife.
Right.
Things will be different. I just got to line some stuff up, and I'll be back. And it's all going to be different then. You'll see,
It's all
man.
going to be okay. It's going to be good.
It's gonna be fun.
Maybe
It's
when
just
the
gonna be
Angels win the
different.
pennant.
That's Angels in the Outfield reference?
That was a good one. That was a real good one.
Fucking deep cut, Jesus.
Yeah. Woo! Spicy reference there.
That Disney Prime is paying off. Was it Disney Plus?
And
Whatever.
it's currently topical. So anyway, the angel that you're speaking
Someday
with.
will be Disney Prime. Either Bezos will own Disney or Disney will own Amazon. One or the other.
Yeah, eventually.
What proof do you carry that you are tied with the All-Seer?
Gebetto pulls out the all-seeing blade and triggers its invisibility. And then moves the hilt so that the angel can hold it.
The angel says,
Connection to the gods is not in trinkets. It is not in objects. You are no herald of hers.
Yeah, he is. What? Who are you to tell him what he is, what he isn't? He is the herald of, Coliesto. And also, and Gillik kind of like, after having that conversation with Jennuvera, relaxes a little bit and lets his eyes get a little glowier and the shadow come out a little bit more. And it's like a little bit darker. And actually, Gillik only wants to make an intimidation check against the guy.
against this angel? Okay.
Yes.
Make an intimidation check.
Yes. Yeah, no. He's, and Gillik's going to think about the shadow orb. I know he's not attuned to it, but he's going to think about the shadow orb while he's getting a little extra shadowy. Where is my intimidation? There it is. All right. Fucking hell yeah. 23.
You would come to this place and invoke those powers here? You would bring shadow to this realm? You would doom us all!
Gebetto puts a hand up and he says, "Try me."
Oh.
What do you mean?
We've been going through trials everywhere. Always. You fucks love trials. Try me. Try my assertion that I am the Herald of Coliesto.
I don't...
You can't. Fate wills it.
Ooh.
Just because
Spicy.
I cannot prove what you say, or
Gebetto
disprove
walks
what you
past.
say,
Jennuvera follows him.
Asher follows.
A wall of Azimir drop from the sky in beams similar. They stop just between Jebeddo and Jennuvera with a shield wall. Large, gleaming spears. Just
like cutting
yes.
off.
Us from Jebeddo.
Just because I cannot prove his assertion does not mean it carries to you.
You're gonna have to move right now. And Keth walks up to the wall.
You can walk to the wall all you wish. Your friend has called an audience with Salius. The secret keeper will see him and she will judge if his credentials are true or not.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
But if she wills it, then she will. And if she sees that his credentials are as he says he is, then they can have their conversation. And if not, he will be cinder and ash. And I will return for the four of you.
Hey adventurers, DM Anthony here again. I just want to remind you that there are lots of ways to support the show. Head on over to patreon.com/adventureinc. Tell your friends about the show. Rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Links and more can be found at adventureinc.podbean.com. Thanks everyone, we'll see you next week.